This is a giant. Dear God. You've probably come across one of these humongous creatures at least once during your leveling journey, but in case you haven't, see if you can find a creature about 10 times their usual size. You can't miss it. Just don't give it a hug if you can help it. They'll bite back. Despite their intimidating presence, however, giants don't exist just to annoy you. At least entirely. With their big size also come great rewards that you can claim for yourself if you manage to take one down. My name is Emenalus, and in today's video, we'll be going into more depth about what giants have to offer. Before we talk about the more technical stuff, let's take the basics out of the way. Giants are large monsters that you can find in every leveling area, as long as they haven't been taken down recently. Giants are always 3 levels higher than the toughest monster of the leveling area. For example, the giant Damien that all of us know and love is level 13, because the toughest regular monster of the area, that Damien, is level 10. You do the math, I'll wait. Don't let the small increase in levels fool you though, as giants can be incredibly tough to kill due to their massive health pool and damage that they deal. And not only that, every giant comes with their unique special abilities displayed by the occasional red areas that appear on the ground that will likely kill you if you manage to get hit by one, unless you're really tanky. I wouldn't try your luck if I were you though. On top of giants, there also exists another variant of giants called violets, and these are basically further empowered versions of giants, towering at 5 levels higher than the original monster. You may encounter these in the monster's normal habitat, but also in the unlikeliest of places like mountains. They also come with even better stats and enhanced special abilities compared to normal giants, making them the hardest encounter for you to face in the overworld, save for bosses that you may encounter in dungeons. Giants are also designed to countermeasure any exploits that would make them incapable of being of any danger to you. If you try to run away and kite giants, they're eventually granted the Shade's boost ability, which makes them run faster temporarily, and this effect's power keeps stacking until the giant dies. Also, relying on effects like stuns and roots provides them with the Shade support effect, which makes them immune to any stuns and roots for the next 10 seconds, so you can't use that against giants consistently either. Giants also typically enrage as their HP gets low, which means they'll do more damage, and some of them are even capable of healing themselves to health when near death. They're not as fearsome as giraffes are though. Those beasts stop at nothing. Now that I've made you largely consider finding a change of underwear, then why should you hunt these creatures in the first place aside from a death wish? On top of giving you a sense of accomplishment in the event you do manage to take down one of these beasts, giants may also drop you something of real value in exchange. Looking into the items that giants can drop with Flyffipedia's search function, you can see that all giants have a chance of dropping you one of the rare weapons appropriate to their level. Giant Damien, for example, would have a decent chance of dropping you one of those rare Vagrant weapons and armor, and some tougher giants like Giant Lawwolf could drop you any of the level 15 rare weapons. This very same feature carries on even to later levels, and you may find some considerably valuable items with enough luck and persistence. Luck, in fact, is a major factor when hunting giants, even with a decent drop chance, as the chances for each item goes only as high as 1%. Drop chances also get increasingly smaller when moving on to unique rarity weapons past level 60, where weapons only have a 0.1% chance of dropping from a giant. Fortunately, these giants do have specific weapons that they drop at the normal 1% chance, but regardless of that, the overall chances of dropping anything are considerably smaller. If there's a certain weapon that you're looking for past level 60, I recommend going over the loot tables of each giant in Flyffipedia to see which one is the likeliest to drop the weapon that you're looking for to minimize internal pain. As always, I'll leave a link to Flyffipedia in the description below. As for violets, even though they look very similar to regular giants, their loot tables are actually entirely different. Instead of weapons, violets have a small chance of dropping premium upgrading scrolls instead, on top of always clustering your inventory with a few lowest pros. Regardless of the violet's level, the drop chances for scrolls are mostly the same, so you should try killing any that you see if you're capable of doing so. Because of the luck-driven nature of giants hunting, it is highly recommended that you're in a party with drop buffs active when you get started to have the best chance for drops. These are the lucky drop and gift box buffs that you can find in the party skills menu, which become available at party levels 25 and 40. You can either make and level the party yourself, consider buying a party from players in towns if you have the spare coin to invest on your hunt, or hope that an already active scroll party has a spot open for you, which at times can be a little tricky. Hope they won't kick you out. And while we're on the topic of drop rates, I should also mention that the level of giants that you're hunting also matters. According to a post sent by one of the moderators of the game, there's already a decrease in overall drop chances when you fight anything that's at least 2 levels lower than you, and this rate keeps getting lower the bigger the gap is, just to not make things too easy for you. In other words, you're getting the maximum possible loot from an enemy as long as you're fighting anything that's up to 1 level lower than you. For example, if you're at level 90, hunting giants from level 89 and above would not make you suffer from the drop penalty. Do avoid going overboard though, as higher level giants become increasingly tougher to kill and more deadly to you. Hunting giants is a dangerous business, just like messing with a giraffe. Since giant hunting is such a high-risk activity and the rewards are far and few, this is also reflected on the price tag of the weapons. Depending on the popularity of the job and the weapon in question, they can go anywhere from just a few 100,000 to hundreds of millions for a clean unstated drop. Of course, prices are on the lower spectrum with beginner weapons, but the demand for certain items can go surprisingly high. A popular example would be the flaming bow, which is a level 45 bow that acrobats can use. Due to its great stats and the popularity of the job, these bows can fetch a measly sum of 25 million in the Totemia server. And if a level 45 was lucky enough to drop such a weapon, they would basically be set up for the job change at level 60 and afford some of the good stuff. If you look to profit from giant hunting though, it is highly recommended to check for what prices different weapons sell for in the server you are in, as this is subject to change on a server basis. There are bound to be some outliers that can fetch a great price in the market in just about any server, so do your research and find out if it's worth it to euthanize the local giant population. If you're nervous about hunting giants by yourself or can't seem to make it work out on your own, by all means do consider grouping up with some of your friends. Have somebody take up tanking, healing, or help dealing damage so you don't have to shoulder everything by yourself. There's enough money to be had to split with others, and splitting profits is better than not having any at all. It's also a great opportunity to work together on a shared goal in a typically solo-focused game, so even if you didn't manage to loot anything, at the end of the day, you can at least say that you had some fun. Just make sure that whoever is responsible for splitting the loot is somebody that doesn't have such a suspicious smile and somebody that you can trust. Now that you know a little better about giant hunting, whatever you decide to do with the information is completely up to you. The important thing is that you're aware that the option is out there and that giants are there to be more than just a thorn on your side. And if you ever have what it takes to hunt giants, I wish you luck with the hunt and that you'll be blessed with good drops. That's all for now though, so thank you so much for watching the video. If you found this helpful, consider sharing this with your friends so they won't disregard the abominations with just a little too much growth hormone. If you want to be notified when I'm uploading another one of my wild videos, don't forget to consider subscribing. And if you want to catch me gaming in live action in Flyff and perhaps beyond, you can catch me on Twitch every Saturday and occasionally some other times too. But until the next time we meet, it's bye bye.